So multimedia e-learning, lots of trendy jargon, but essentially all it means is manipulation and interaction of different approaches. So film, audio commentary, which is surprisingly popular because, of course, audio tends to be less costly than film to capture. Use of images, graphics and animations, very important when you're teaching the mode of action of a drug, for example, or procedures, ECGs, EEGs, that sort of thing. Interactive text is also very popular, and these are not costly options. And of course you can hyperlink into other resources, and that's something that we do quite a lot in investigator modules. So what you need to think about in terms of harnessing this, of actually doing this? Well, of course you need to think about the content of what you're doing, and it's very similar to what you would do in a face-to-face meeting. So you would cover the mode of action, data to date, the indication, protocol, but also protocol amendments, because remember, one of the very positive points about this is although it's asynchronous, although you create it and deliver it later, it does mean that you can update and slot in amendments or tackle issues that are not obvious to you at the very first investigator meeting or at site initiation. So you can address that. Review of documentation, including ECRFs, and safety training, of course, which is very important. And the GCP modules, everybody's addressed that important point that is such a statutory requirement. So, continuing to think about using multimedia, you'd look at the content as we've just done, look at the balance between audio and video, and we'll show you examples of each. Animation and interaction. People do vary greatly in how they like to learn. Some people very much enjoy making notes, clicking here, clicking there, moving around a package. Other people like to be able to print it off and make their notes. You can address different learning styles using different blends of these approaches. Search functionality is often very useful, and we try to build that in. And survey and quiz facilities allow you to track learning, and that's going to be very important too. And when people are successful within the quiz, then of course they can be certified, and the certification is accredited, and so you meet some of your statutory obligations. Training logs have been an issue, I know, for many people listening to this, and of course you can maintain online learning logs, and that can be very helpful. Plus, you create your own archive of training materials. And I know that many of you, when you come to inspection, are asked to provide those training materials. And those can be available on an archive section of a site or indeed on CD. You can carry on that interaction with your learners through message boarding, Q&A, etc. And the database reporting is critical. It's central to all of this, and we will go into some of the back ends, the administration areas of our sites, and show you how that information is displayed.